Good morning. Happy Monday. If Mondays can be happy, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome in. Be sure and hit that like button on the way in. And if you are watching the replay, feel free to fast forward. Hit the like button, drop a comment. We'll see you in about 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, live.
Cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam! And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the Daily Dish. And I am Ronnie Bradley, your host, which you can see if you look right there. I think that's where my name is. And I hope that wherever you are having a phenomenal day as of the recording this Monday. That is the 4th day of November 2024. And what a day it is. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. This is a very, very busy day today and tomorrow. Man, we got don't have much time left. Who knows what's going to happen after tomorrow? Who knows what could change. But in the United States or in the world, really, a lot could potentially could be affected by tomorrow or nothing. We could just keep everything the same as it's been the last 3.5 years, because I'm sure that wherever you are, the last 3.5 years have just been bliss. Oh, golly. Good morning, Sue and the Bud Files. Let's say hello to everybody. And Izzo's Place comes in with a, if you haven't yet, please consider slapping that good old like button, please. Yes. And if you're watching this on the replay, hopefully you fast forwarded it to at least this part. Please hit that like button. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. One of the things that I'm going to be doing, especially this month in particular, is really reaching out for new subscribers. I kind of have let the ball go on new subscribers the last couple months, and my subscribership it's like, not the numbers generally speaking are dropping. They're still going up, and they're not going up nearly as fast as they were. Like, I think I got like 12 or 1300 plus new subscribers in July, and it's been kind of it's fallen off since then. So I got to work on getting some new subscribers, and we'll be hopefully doing different things. I'm working on trying to do more news type videos on the channel. The videos that you see on Valiant Renegade, the videos that you see that are not live videos. I'm not talking about live videos. I'm talking about video videos, newsworthy commentary, opinion videos. I'm planning on doing more of those on the channel. So please, if you like that stuff, be on the lookout for that. WDW Pro type videos. Culture Casino does videos like that. You might have seen Drunk 3PO do videos like that. That whole gang, Geeks and Gamers gang, who I'm a huge fan of, by the way. Midnight's Edge. A lot of them. So I want to do more videos along that style, if you will. News type of videos, if you will. And hopefully we'll see more of that on the channel coming up. It's possible this channel is going to go through some changes between now and next year, where I may move family vlogs to my wife's channel. And it's very possible that the name of this channel would be the one. Well, my wife's channel, I think, would maybe potentially the one that says Virginia Bradley Magical Adventures could change to a place where all of our family vlogs and fun stuff and really just keeping it positive stuff goes. So like everywhere we want to just keep it as positive as possible, may go over there to Virginia Bradley Magical Adventures, which then would be rebranded as Follow the Bradley's Fun. And then she has a different channel, which will be Virginia Bradley's Adventures. And then this channel would get rebranded to have a name that kind of more denotes the news, commentary, opinion type of stuff that I like to do on the channel as well. So yeah, and I'm still working out all the details of that. I have no idea what they would all be, but not a whole lot of people in here this morning because it's Monday and the time changed, and I know that affects a lot of people. I don't know if the time changes everywhere in the world. I'm sure it doesn't, but what I'm sure it does do is that places in the world that may not understand or may not be used to times changing, or their times didn't change and ours did, that could be affecting this as well, because technically right now, this same exact time period that we're existing in on Friday, it would have already been 10:42 instead of 9:42. We went back in time an hour. We time traveled on Saturday night to Sunday morning. So let's see who all is in the chat and in the house. So this morning we have, this is me saying hi to everybody. Good morning, good Monday morning all to everybody. The Bud Files Sue is here. Hello, Sue. Hello, Bud Files. Izzo's Place says hello. And he also says he is watching the replay because he's a time traveler. Hey, you can come back and watch the replay again and again. It helps. You know, the thing that actually helps the channel the most, a lot of people don't understand this, it's actually not likes, comments, subscribes, notifications. All those things help, right? But what helps the channel the most is actually watching a video from start to finish. The more videos on the channel that you watch from the start to the end, that actually helps the channel more than anything else. YouTube responds to viewership time. So time spent on the channel, time spent in videos. It's why a video that might be really long, like 4 hours long, like Jenny, I can't remember Jenny's last name. Anyway, her video was 4 hours long, and it went viral on YouTube because even if you spent an hour on that one video, and YouTube is looking, the algorithm is saying, hey, the people spent an hour watching this video rather than like 8 minutes or 11 minutes or whatever, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever videos are. So that's what the algorithm really, really likes, is they like the time that you spend on YouTube. And so if you spend that time with one channel, maybe you're watching down a playlist and you're watching every video on that playlist from start to finish. Anything that you watch from start to finish, and if it's like a short, if you watch it more than one time, maybe you watch the short 3 or 4 times, the more play time, that is heavily weighted in the YouTube algorithm. So if you haven't watched some of my older videos before and you want to help out the channel, just go watch some of those older videos, watch them all the way through from start to finish. That helps out a ton. So watch those replays and be that time traveler, because we got some old things on this channel, that's for sure. And then I say to Izzo's place, congratulations, Izzo, on your 500 subs. That's a huge milestone, one to get past, because now you have the opportunity of beginning the process of monetization on your channel, which is a really, really cool thing. For me, gosh, I had way more subs than that because it takes a long time to hit all the watch hours. But my channel became partially monetized literally on Christmas night last year. It was very, very cool. It was like the best Christmas gift that I ever could have gotten out of nowhere. And yeah, it was very, very cool. So Christmas night, I think it was around 7 or 8 o'clock that I checked my YouTube studio, and it doesn't say like congratulations, you're monetized. It's just like all the tools have changed to monetization tools. So that was very, very cool. YouTube does not send you like a congratulatory letter. They don't say congratulations, you're monetized. No, they say you have now met the requirements for blah blah blah. It's very boring the way YouTube does it. I wish they would. That's one of the things that YouTube actually, I think, could get better at, is recognition. They're not. YouTube probably does great recognition once you hit the 100,000 subscriber mark. But, you know, those of us that have in life smaller circles, like my circle is not a huge amount of people. I'm not very close to a lot of people. That's just not the way I've ever operated in my life. So for me, having 10 followers, 10 subscribers was awesome. 100 subscribers was amazing. 500 subscribers blew my freaking mind. Like, you know, honestly, I was out there when I got 500 subscribers. I didn't like, why the heck? Why would anybody want to subscribe to me? I don't know, but I'm going to put out content and hopefully be entertaining, hopefully be informative. And hopefully that is what I am still doing. That is always my intention, to put content out to give you great, high quality, fun entertainment that is informative. You know, it's my opinions, nobody else's opinions, unless I have a visitor on the channel or whatever. And that's it. You know, hopefully we have a good time together. And then Izzo's place, Go and Shogi says hi to Izzo's place and the Bud Files. Hey, Go and Shogi. Oh, my beautiful wife is in the house. The Bradley Report. Maybe. I know I've toyed around with Follow the Bradley's Fun News. I think the one that I was looking at was Fedora Finds. But Fedora Finds seems more like a segment name, right? Under the Fedora kind of thing. And I want a name like kind of like a moniker, like WDW Pro has Pro, Culture has Culture, Lorena has Lorena. I'm certainly not going to be the king. No, that's not me. I am definitely not a king. But I don't know. Oh, good. I'm a compulsive finisher. So anytime I watch you, I go all the way. Well, I'm glad we're going all the way together. Is this place? That'll be taken out of context somewhere in the future. Good morning to my beautiful wife. My beautiful wife is in the house. We both got the memo this morning. That's an inside joke that only she and I know. And so she and I are the only two people laughing right now about the memo that we got. Good morning. Ron's beautiful wife, Izzo's Place says, yes, indeed. Thank you. So exciting. And Native Hawaiian. Aloha, Native Hawaiian. Aloha. Yeah, got to work on the watch hours. The watch hours are so challenging. I put some longer form videos on my channel for watch hours. Some of them can never be monetized. Like, for example, I have the entire parade of the Halloween parade at Halloween, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Can't be monetized, but it can be on the channel. Doesn't violate anything. There's no violations. Just can't be monetized, but it's good for watch hours. People watch it, gets me hours. And there's a few longer videos, like some sleep videos that I put on there where I record rain sounds overnight, eight hours of that, 8 hours of ocean wave stuff like that. Those are really, really good for helping get your watch hours up. Just some kind of long video that, I don't know, that people can watch in the background. I actually watch videos like that. I put videos on in the background all the time to help my brain think better or relax or any of that kind of stuff. So those all help. Oh, aloha. Going Shogi says aloha to Native Hawaiian. Howdy. Howdy, Izzo's Place. Here you going, Shogi. I heard that the play buttons are smaller now. Supposedly, but I think Pro has his, and Pro said his was the normal size. But then Drunk 3PO got one, and Drunk 3PO, his was a little bit smaller. Jay's, the roving fedora. Okay, well, that could be it. The roving fedora. I certainly don't want anything the Bradley Ron port. Mm-hmm. I like these ideas that people are throwing out. Dan's Life at the Kingdom. Good morning. The roving fedora. I gotta make sure it doesn't sound anything like Fetterman. I don't want it to sound like Fetterman because that's not a name I want to be associated with. Might be right with keeping your theme. Follow the Bradley's news, something like that. Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know. Walking and listening. Oh, my wife has gone for a morning walk. Baby, are you and Sander? Did he go for the morning walk with you? Because I think that's a great idea. Tom F. Hey, all. I finally got done at the vampires. I'm guessing that's the dentists. And because you said that you were not going to be able to make it this morning, Tom, you liar. But it's lying in a good way because you are here. And so thank you. And I have my iPad and burner phone watching my videos on a different account right now. There you go. And also Izzo's Place. A great way to get your watch hours up, Tom F2. If you want watch hours, go over to, and I know you've seen them in the chats here before, Tuber Chat, Connect and Grow. Tuber Chat, and go and Shogi if you can find Tuber Chat's link and put that in the chat. That'll help everybody grow. Go over to Tuber Chat, and watch their live streams and then connect with other YouTubers. That's very, very helpful. I grew very fast once I hit Tuber Chat. In my defense, I thought I'd be there for a few hours. Well, I am glad that you are not, because all those tests are not fun. The Cheerful Chapeau. Maybe I was thinking also perhaps of a Star Wars-ish name, although I'm not a huge Star Wars fan anymore. But yes, indeed, very, very good to check them out. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan anymore, but you know how Drunk 3PO is Drunk 3PO. I was thinking of Ron and then doing something with Ron 2D2, but I don't know what the 2D2 would be. I don't know. I got to figure something out, something creative. I'm not going to do it until next year for sure. But I want to grow viewership on this channel, but I want to do more things. And YouTube doesn't love the fact that I have these kind of videos and then park live streams and also then so studio live streams, right? Like a news show, park live streams, totally, and that's different to YouTube. Then you have vlogs, that's different to YouTube. Shorts are different to YouTube. I wish YouTube would like say, hey, you got different kinds of an audience, but they really they're very, very niche oriented. So yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that YouTube needs to do better, because the definition of a channel by definition should have lots of different content on it. If I go to ABC, I'm going to get very different content at 10 p.m. than I get at 2 p.m. in the afternoon or 8 a.m. in the morning. So do the green machine. I'm signed up under theirs, but yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's get ready to green machine. Anyhow, as we get going here, as we take off, there is something that you know that I like to do. If you're familiar with the channel, if you're not, if you're watching this on the replay, also if you're watching this on the replay, you haven't clicked like yet, please click the like button. But one of the things that I love to do is celebrate all of you, because you guys out there are the energon that I get that makes this guy transform and roll out. And with that being said, I like to celebrate all of you. So any super chat, super chats, super stickers, super thanks, PayPals, buy me coffees, membership drops, gifted memberships, becoming members, any of those things like that are celebrated on this channel. And although I am working on some new celebrations, this is the celebration that we have for now. So I'm going to show you the celebration now. And then when we come back, we get supers, we get stickers, we blah, 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 blah. We'll show you more celebration later. So if you're ready, let's celebrate.
Too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, that's so much! Give me a break, I couldn't be more excited! Okay, anticipation is making me mental. But if they say yes to be on the show, I think I would go so crazy.
Dance. This is right now, I'll be honest with you, like this little thing, this is my favorite dance. I don't know why. What could it be that perhaps influenced me to have this as my favorite dance? Dude. Well, as far as favorite dances are concerned, that is one thing. But another thing is the fact that here in the United States, we have an event tomorrow that has sort of been going on for the last month or so. Well, in some ways, it's been going on for the last couple of years, right? It seems like these things take a while, even though it all comes down to the end of one day. Or in some states, it comes down to the end of that day and then 2 or 3 weeks later. My understanding is that Arizona is going to have some difficult times ahead. So anyhow, what we are talking about, of course, we were talking about the U.S. election. It's a presidential election, and it's down ballot elections, and there's lots of electionish stuff going on. And I don't delve into politics. This is not a political channel, just so you guys know. I delve into the cross section of politics and entertainment. So when entertainment crosses paths with politics, we cover it. And, I don't often, and I do want to cover more pop culture stuff. I have been really focused mostly on parks things, of course, Disney, SeaWorld, Universal. There's plenty of information to cover with that, but also on parks. That doesn't get any smaller, does it? So I don't want that banner to be a distraction. But anyhow, so we cover parks, we cover pop culture, and when and a lot of times, pop culture and parks cross paths, but not sometimes politics does it. I was talking with people while waiting to vote yesterday, and there's a lot of people in California that are fed up. More than they let on. Then the state may not turn red, but it'll be much closer than they want. Well, that's interesting. I mean, it's really hard to know. I live in a very blue town. I can tell you that. Orlando is probably the bluest of all cities here in Florida, which is sort of a reddish, purplish state, depending on who you ask or who's moved in the last few years. I really don't care about red and blue. I care about right and wrong. And when I vote, I do so based on what I do believe is the most right, not for myself, by the way. I know it sounds like I can't be selfish when I vote, right? I feel like I should not be selfish when I vote, but I want to do the most right for the most amount of people that I can. And that includes myself as well. So that is the way that I've always voted, is to think of what is the most right that I can do for the most people. And by definition, to me, the most right is those decisions that will hopefully have the happiest and most joyful outcomes in the long run, not necessarily the short term, but in the long run for the majority of people. Got some comments coming up here. Lived in the interior of the state, has always been conservative. Population is on the coast. California is doomed. Tampa and Miami are definitely blue, but I feel like Orlando is, it just feels like Orlando is the most blue. Maybe Tampa is more blue than Orlando. I don't know, but Orlando is really, really blue. And Miami is a lot less blue than it used to be. Miami has become a lot more red. There's a high Cuban population, a Hasidic Jewish population down there, very conservative people. Cuba certainly doesn't want our country to be like Cuba. Cubans who have escaped Cuba do not want our country to be communist like their country is. So they're certainly trying to get away from that. Good morning. Time change is messing me up a lot, and I totally get that. Vinny T, what is up? What is up? Were you in the park the other day? If you see me in the park, make sure you come up to me and say hi. For sure. If I'm live streaming or anything, don't even worry about bothering me. Just come up and say hi. Dan the man. I know I'm originally from Reno, Nevada, next door neighbors. Reno 911, baby. So we're going to get into it a little bit. And of course, from the title of the video, you saw that. We're going to get into what the Avengers said. And this is funny because I did not know that this happened until WDW Pro contacted me to be on this video, which I was supposed to be on Friday, but that was my birthday, so I was doing my birthday stuff. So I wasn't available to be on the video that he did about this, but he did do a video about this, very good video. And I didn't even know what he was talking about when he sent me a message, and I'm like, what? But I looked it up, and I'm like, I couldn't believe it. So we're going to get to that story for sure. Oh, so yes, but couldn't find you my phone when I get internet. So as usual, the phone is no, the internet at Magic Kingdom is awful. Usually when I'm streaming, I am actually off their internet. I have Spectrum for my cell phone provider, and they actually do a very good job. So better than AT&T. I don't know if Spectrum switches lines, but they seem to do a really, really good job for that. Native Hawaiian, if Hollywood crashes, the state can still be saved. There's some movies here. The phonies will move on. You know, we don't need hey, Erica and Rafa's in the house. What's up, Erica? We don't really need Hollywood anymore, though. I mean, I've made 4 movies outside of Hollywood. Sure. Is the quality of the movie great? No, they're made for like $25,000 to $50,000 each. So they're what they call small budgeted movies, which to me, in my mind, blows my mind, because $25,000 is a ton of money to spend on anything. But when you're talking movies, it's really, really small budget wise. But I've been in 4 different movies. Actually, to be fair, it's just my voice that's in one of the movies with Kevin Sorbo. But I had a pretty good sized role in my first movie with Dean Cain, a smaller role in my second movie with Dean Cain, very small in Kevin Sorbo's movies. But I'm there. I show up. And I plan on doing more of that kind of stuff in the future, especially as Hollywood falls off the charts. But speaking of Hollywood, let's go to our first story here real quick. And before I get to this second story, I want to scroll up here and I want to find the first story. The first story is, and a lot of people know this, President Trump did a rally at Madison Square Garden. Okay. Now, you might know that at Madison Square Garden, I don't think President Trump he's not the one who organizes necessarily all of the events. He probably doesn't sign off on every single person. He probably trusts people to do that. And they had a comic there. I don't think he knew or signed off on this comic. But this is a roast comedian. What this comedian is known to do is funny jokes that roast people. I'm going to try and do this. I may not be able to share all of the audio on what I'm going to do. But basically, this is on X, and it's Jon Stewart reacting to this, how this story went crazy, right? This story goes really crazy. So over the last several years, there's 2 things that you have to understand in order to actually get the joke, right? Nobody got, like, a lot of people didn't get this joke. This joke did not land. This roast comedian took a subject, right, that a lot of people don't know or understand, and he said a joke, and it didn't land very well because a lot of people don't understand all of the circumstances of this joke. Well, this roast comedian happens to be a huge environmentalist, right? He's really, really big on the environment. You got a lot of new people coming into the chat. Kathleen, my mom, hello, Mom. Avarice Carmageddon is here. Aloha. Ms. Martin Muses, yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. So this comedian, right? So he does this joke. And now let me set up a premise that he did not set up. Okay. A couple things you need to understand. In the Pacific Ocean, the garbage that has been dumped into the Pacific Ocean over time has kind of collected into one place and formed like a big floating garbage island, right? And some people know that. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, but that's a very, very important part of knowing what this joke is about. On the other hand, on the island of Puerto Rico, the government has done a horrible job there with waste management, right? So their landfills are overflowing and they are way over bounds on the amount of garbage that they have in landfills and collections, and they're not doing a very good job with waste management. So there is too much basically garbage piled up on the island in landfills and overflowing other places. So yeah, exactly, Erica. Even I didn't get this joke because you have to know so much, right, to understand the joke. Well, so this comedian says, and to be fair, he's a roast comedian. We're going to talk about that when we see Jon Stewart commenting on this, right? So the comedian says that he does this setup with where it sounds like he's talking about the floating island that's in the Pacific, and then he calls the floating island of garbage. He says it's Puerto Rico. This is not me saying that, but what he was talking about was not the people of Puerto Rico. He was not talking about Puerto Ricans. He was not talking about Hispanic people. He was not talking about Latino people at all. The only people that could have potentially been referenced are people that work waste management on the upper echelon of those people who have done poor planning and who have made it so that these landfills are overflowing. So yes, Hinchcliffe was a dumb idea. Not great. Trump didn't know he was there. Of course, then Biden came back and said what he said about half of Americans. And the biggest difference between Hinchcliffe and Biden is that Hinchcliffe never referenced people. He referenced a geographic landmass that has a name, unfortunately has the same name as the people that live there, but they are two different things. It's like addressing the country or government of America or an American problem when you're not addressing American people. However, then Biden went and came back and he addressed actual people and called those people who support this particular candidate, all the people, the millions and millions of people that support a candidate, he called garbage. He said they're all garbage. Not a good thing to do. Anyway, my point in this is I think this is funny that Jon Stewart, of all people, had a pretty good take on this. And I'm sharing it with you because I thought his take was funny. Now, I'm going to tell you that while his take is funny, there might be some inappropriate things in this, but this is from Colin Rugg on X, reposting from the Jon Stewart show, and I don't know.
Raise the alarm.
Okay, so what you're going to see first in this clip is all of the mainstream media reacting to this in a way that completely misconstrues the whole meaning of the joke. They took this joke, which was about garbage in a landmass, and they made it about people, which the comedian never did himself. So everything that the media said about this was a complete and total lie. 100% a lie. And that lie, it affect a lot of people. Got my wife mad. She's Latino. My wife was very mad about this lie, but she didn't hear the joke firsthand. I was actually watching this and I saw it firsthand. I'm like, that was stupid. But I realized what he was talking about because talking about the landmass. But a lot of people didn't understand that because the media purposefully lied and misconstrued. That's what the media does. So you can tell that the media has picked the side. And I don't like that either. This is not the days of Walter Cronkite. So I'm going to play the clip, and you'll be able to see kind of what they did here, how they misconstrued it. And Jon Stewart talks about this. There might you guys probably can't hear this now. So I gotta I didn't play that last part of what John said, and it's really funny. He goes, he's a roast comedian. Bringing him to a rally and not having him do roast jokes, which is his thing, would be like bringing Beyonce to a rally and not having her. So I thought that was just very, very clever. And again, this is where pop culture crosses the line, or where politics crosses the line over into pop culture. I mean, you have comedy and a comedian, and when you have an entire media entourage that fails to understand the difference between entertainment, roast comedy, and actually offensive things, okay? One being a joke about geography and a waste management issue, and then convoluting that with being about people. I just can't believe that. Honestly, I cannot believe that ever happened. It never should have happened. Specifically, it shouldn't have happened because it wasn't about. It was never about the joke that the comedian made, Hinchcliffe, was never about people. So that's why I have such an issue with that. But Jon Stewart, I thought he did a great job as far as talking about what that actually was. And sometimes I'm kind of surprised when Jon Stewart has an honest to goodness, really good take on something, because a lot of his takes are not that great. He's still funny, not as funny as he used to be all the time, but I'm glad he tries to be fair, and he tries to do comedy about both sides. And I think that's a pretty good thing. Let me see if I can find, oh yes, here's the next thing that I want to find before I do this. Because we have to have a good lightened mood in order to do this and do this properly. Sorry, this banner might be distracting. I don't want to distract anybody. I'm gonna play the short celebration just so that we have something to celebrate.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo!
This is just the best of my scene. Okay. And now we have got to get to the very final story, and that is the Avengers have assembled. Comedy isn't comedy anymore. You know, if as a comedian, you can't say just jokes and have them just be jokes, that becomes a real problem in society, because society needs to be able to sit back, relax, laugh, make fun of ourselves, make fun of that. But in this case, he wasn't making fun of people. And that's the problem I have. Is like, he didn't make fun of anybody, but then the other side comes back and literally attacks half the American people, actual people. You don't do that. That is very, very incorrect. They understand they're just grasping at straws. Not everyone follows the goings on of Puerto Rico. So many didn't get it. Yeah, you have to understand. Both the garbage island that's floating out in the Pacific, why that happened. That's the one thing about this joke, is actually this joke was on a very high level as far as following the news, following the media, understanding what's going on. And clearly, the media's play was actually, if you really think about it, the media were attacking their own viewers, because perhaps they know that their viewers aren't informed about this because the media didn't inform them about this. It's the media's job to have informed people that Puerto Rico has a waste management problem. And if they didn't do their job, if they're hiding things from people, That's an insult to the people that are watching their shows. Yeah, zero. The media got all up in arms on the set and said zero about George Lopez at the rally in Phoenix. Just more proof that it's manufactured outrage. That is true. Even medieval kings found it in poor taste to punish the jesters. That is true. There has been a conditioning in society to be offended at everything, and it has negatively impacting comedy. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. But this next thing is not comedic at all. It is hilarious, not because they were trying to make it hilarious, but it's hilarious because of the wording that they ended up using. Ends up being one of the most horrible things. I will say, I'm going to say this ahead of time, Mark Ruffalo, out of all these guys, may have called him out for saying, is that the way we want it to sound? I don't think it is. He's the only one of the ones that are participating in this. I've also noticed that there are some important people not participating. Chris Hemsworth doesn't participate in this. By the way, this is about the Avengers. Chris Hemsworth doesn't participate because he's Australian. So that makes sense. Jeremy Renner didn't participate, and I thought that was prolific. Smart on his part. But this story is going to be about the Avengers. And how do I put this up on the screen? I think I can do it here. All right, so this is Tim Young. It says the cast of, and this is on X, the cast of the Avengers who all now look like they have terminal illnesses. That's his take on it. I wouldn't say that, because some of them do look a little bit past their prime. I will say that. They say down with democracy and tear down democracy in support of Kamala. This doesn't quite hit the way they intended it to. And it's true. They do say this. They say, watch this video. They say down with democracy, and they say tear down democracy. We're going to play the video, and let me make sure that I have the audio on for this. It's off of X, so it should be fine. And
hi, you guys. Hi.
Wait, I want to make it full screen. Let's make it big. So this is Scarlett Johansson. Also, this is fairly clearly edited. There was definitely a much longer version that got edited down to this, but this just comes across to me as super cringe, just super duper cringe. And it also comes across like they're advocating for tyranny instead of democracy.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hey, Scarlett.
Jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean assembling.
Oh my God.
Jumping on the call.
Whoa.
See what I mean? Talk about cringe. They have Paul Bettany, who plays Vision, Scarlett Johansson, who used to play Black Widow, but of course now there's a new Black Widow. Mark Ruffalo. Boy, Mark Ruffalo is definitely looking Ruffalo. I'll tell you that. Robert Downey Jr., who plays Dr. Doom, so I guess he's no longer an Avenger. Don Cheadle, whose last name Cheadle says it all. Cheadle. I mean, it's literally in his last name. His last name is Cheadle. He came in, he kicked out the other actor who was playing that role, and he's been cheadling ever since. Then you have Paul Bettany, who plays Vision. You have Denai Guerrera, who is never an Avenger. She's part of the Dormelage and is not an Avenger at all. And of course, you have Chris Evans, whose political connection actually is in relationship. He's actually, I can't remember whether it was uncle or somebody was like a Democrat congressman. So his family, he was ingrained into the Democrat Party when he was born. So that's part of his heritage. But let's go ahead and play this video. Hopefully you guys can hear it okay.
I think you mean assembling. I said
Wow.
assembling. Don, that's pretty good. No, they thought it was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure to come together and to get the vote out this election. Come on.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
How about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing. Just to,
I think Kamala Harris needs a catchphrase.
Ooh,
this is-
yes,
Here's
definitely.
where it goes off the
catchphrase.
rails.
How about this? I'm just
When they start to do
off the
catchphrases.
top of my head. I can do this all day.
Shut
Which-
up.
I hate it.
Okay.
I mean, it's original, but
What about
Yeah.
something punchier like,
Ooh, boom. You looking for this?
Yeah,
Iron
no.
Man 2? Everybody loved it.
okay,
Cringe.
again, I think we're just trying to get out the vote.
Kamala forever.
That's better.
Okay, how about I'm down with democracy? It's just clean, it's simple.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris down with democracy.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala.
Kamala Harris, down with democracy, down with democracy, down with democracy. I don't think this is going to come across the way they wanted it to. Also, it sounds like, okay, so all of a sudden now they're taking the side of Thanos. I love this one from Erica. How about no one gives a pile? Do they not hear what they're saying? And this is what's so funny is you have Mark Ruffalo, who does kind of come on and give it that take. Yeah, how much did they get paid for this? Major cringe. And the funny thing is, this isn't the team of Avengers that even exists now. Does Vision? I don't know. I mean, it's actors are still gestures, not even very good ones. I always tell, like, when you have actors like this, guys, you're the dancing monkey. We pay you to be the dancing monkey. That with the tambourine and all that kind of stuff, and it's that's all we pay, including myself, by the way. I've been the dancing monkey before. I have definitely been, and that's what I'm getting.
Kamala
paid.
Harris. And I say, down with democracy.
I don't know if that sounds the way we want it to sound, though.
See, at least I will say Mark Ruffalo kind of called that up, so, because he literally says, "I'm Kamala Harris, down with democracy." Like, this is just so funny, so cringe. By the way, are these guys ever coming back to the MCU? Probably not a single one of them, except for Doctor Doom, who's not even Avenger.
I think we just need. Can we get some production though?
Jarvis?
My name's not Jarvis, but whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Down with democracy.
Down with democracy.
Is that what we mean, though?
Yeah, together we're going to tear down democracy.
Wow. Together, we're gonna tear down democracy. Really? Yeah. So they could have been funny and effective in doing this, but the writers for this must have left over from the past two phases of the MCU. I mean, this is bad. This is bad. I don't know if Paul Bettany is a U.S. citizen or not, because you're right. He's another British guy. So yeah, it may not even matter. Dual citizen. So Native Hawaiian says he is a dual citizen. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna play out the rest of this. It's so funny. It's so cringe.
Will you stop playing heroic music under yourselves?
I'm Kamala Harris, and I am down with democracy. Did I sound enough like her on that one?
That was great. How many Golden Globes have you been nominated for? I'm just curious.
Yes. All right. That was awesome.
That was. I mean, if cringe is awesome, then that was awesome. But that was for sure cringe. Oh, good Lord. It's so cringe. I mean, I don't. It's just awful. He says Erica says that they didn't have any writers, hence why they are actors, and it was cringe. Erica, does your time change over there? Did your time change too? Let me know in the comments or in the chat if your time changed or not. Like, we fell back an hour here, but I don't know if in Germany you guys do the same, or if you do it at a different time of the year. I would love to know, because also it helps me know when to contact you to be on or not. But yeah, it's one of those cringe things. it's It gives you the same reaction as when somebody farts in the car. What's funny about this to me is my son sometimes does the silent but deadly thing, and we notice it about 2 minutes after while we're driving, and it's like, oh my gosh, did you just? Oh, you did. Yes, it did. About a week before you guys in Florida. Okay, so I'm assuming you fell back then. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, but he's not wrong. I mean, it is what it is, guys. And that is all that I have for you guys today. I did not see a link yet for Culture Casinos. Maybe somebody can tell me, is there one up? Is there one available yet? You can let me know in the chat. Maybe I can redirect over there. It's a different kind of a day, okay, because tomorrow is election day. If you haven't voted yet, no matter what side you're on, I encourage you, go out and vote. Make your voice heard. Add your voice, to be heard, because it doesn't matter. You have an opinion, right? And I want all fair opinions to count, because that is I am up with democracy. Okay. For me personally, I'm going to tell you, I am up with democracy. I want all of our voices, no matter what side you are on, to be heard. And part of the reason for that, and I did not see a 6-minute daily posted yet at all. No, I don't. I'm looking too in my little back area here. Let me see. I think I got it. I did. I found it. Yay. Okay. Good. All right. Cool. I did find the Culture Casinos 6-minute daily, so we will head over there right after this. And again, look, everybody, if you haven't voted yet, go out and vote. Make your voice heard, and be up with democracy. Don't be down with democracy. Be up with democracy. All right, be down with tyranny. I don't like it when something is close and somebody else decides for us. Whether that was Florida in the 2000 election for Bush, that somebody else decided that. The voters, I don't know that the voters really decided that one. 2020, we're not sure exactly what happened, because there were so many laws changed around COVID. And I'm not saying anything at all about the 2020 election as far as legalities. It was completely legal and across the board, but laws were also changed to deal with things, and it convoluted some things. So hopefully this election, people have been able to vote early. They've been able to mail in their ballots correctly. I'm going to the polls tomorrow is my plan. And yes, we have the privilege to have our voices heard. This country always, no matter, even if it's not necessarily always for the best, it should be about we the people, the majority of the voices being heard. And obviously we have a republic, right? That's what the electoral college is for, so that we don't have the entire country being run by a particular city or state. That makes a lot of sense. But in your own jurisdictions, do what you want, right? So like I'm voting, for example, I vote to protect the lives of the most innocent, vulnerable human beings that don't have a voice. Sometimes you have to be a voice for the voiceless. And, when we vote, we have that opportunity, thank goodness. So everybody go out, vote. If you haven't done it yet, vote tomorrow on election day. And hopefully by Wednesday's stream, we actually know. Now, I do plan on having a regular show tomorrow morning. It might be at 9:00 instead of 9:30. I want to let everybody know there's a possibility of me bumping up the time on Tuesdays and Thursdays to 9 a.m. for this show. I'm also looking to expand what I do on this channel, expand what I do for members on the channel. So if you're a member and you can drop member emojis, that's great. Drop those member emojis. And as a matter of fact, I know haven't seen any memberships or super chats or anything dropped this time around, but before we leave, I still want to celebrate you guys. So we're going to do a short celebration because you're here, you're watching. I feel the love. Let's celebrate all of you.
Too much? Too much? It's perfect!
This is just the best of my scene. And bada bing, bada boom. Okay, yes, indeed. Thank you so much for being here today, guys. Again, we'll be back tomorrow. Could be 9 o'clock, might be 9:30. And the same thing could happen. We could bump up again on Thursday. Other than that, look for me on the Pro Show and other shows throughout the week. And hopefully we're bringing back 2 from the Lou this week with Matt Ankney. So we'll be checking out that. I also might do an extra show on Monday nights. It just depends. I'm trying to have more energy and trying to get back in shape and stuff. So a lot going on here. Thank you so much for being here. Support the channel, share it out, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, comment if you haven't commented on the replay, hit replay gang if you're watching the replay. And then please let as many people as you can know about this channel, Follow the Bradley's Fun. We really, really want to bump up subscribers. I'm going to be kind of shouting that out this month because I really, really want to bump up the subscribership on this channel and get this out to as many people as possible, whether you're watching me here or Pro or anywhere else. Thank you so much, everybody. And until next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao. Go vote.